Chants similar to the ones chanted on the streets of Sudan during anti-government protests, which started last December. That's how people commemorated the anniversary of the country's first revolution in 1964. And even though the most recent revolution overthrew the country's longtime president Omar al-Bashir in April, protesters say his regime isn't really gone.
We
want them completely gone. They're still in power, still hold position. We're not for revenge. They can work like any other Sudanese, but they can't be in the government holding positions of power after we sacrifice lives to bring change to the country.
Monday's demonstrations were called by neighborhood resistance committees, bodies that mobilized protesters over the past 10 months. They targeted their allies in the Forces of Freedom and Change. That's the coalition that represented these same protesters in talks with the military council that ousted al-Bashir. A transitional government was formed in August, but protesters say it has not done enough to dismantle the old regime's institutions or meet their other demands.
We are here to tell the world that our revolution is not over. We demand justice for our martyrs who were killed in the protests, for all those killed by the old regime. We want justice for the girls who were raped, for those whose lives were destroyed.
10 months after Sudan's revolution began, people here are still demanding justice. Prime Minister Abdullah Hamdok has appointed a fact-finding committee to look into the killings of protesters in early June. But many here say crimes committed by the former government of Omar al-Bashir must also be investigated. Hamdok was sworn in as Prime Minister in August. He says the government is still new and that reforms need to be a joint effort between it and the government.
Since the civilian government formed a month and a half ago, some steps have been taken to cement civilian rule and achieve the goals of your revolution. What we need to do together is change that into complete accomplishment, and that can be done by working together to reap what we've sown with sweat, tears and blood. Your government, the revolution's government, reasserts that change is an ongoing process and needs a huge effort to be completed.
Protesters who came out on Monday say they'll give the support they can to the transitional government, but will continue to remind them what they came out for when they started the latest revolution and won't stop until that is achieved. Hiba, Aljazeera, Khartoum.